everyone! Today we're going to be looking at how to build this 10 block per second elevator that I designed for Minecraft Bedrock Edition. This design is based off of one that I made a couple of months ago. It uses the exact same game mechanic to push the player upwards. A piston is pushed into the player's head and then extends, teleporting the player on top of the piston arm. With this design, I was focusing mainly on two things. The first one was obviously keeping all of the redstone hidden apart from the pistons, and the second one was keeping the design as compact and cheap as it can be. If we take a look at the backside, the insane cheapness of this build becomes apparent. You only use redstone dust, redstone torches, repeaters, pistons, and buttons. That's it. You're obviously going to need solid blocks, but there isn't even obsidian in this build. These are all items that can be obtained in the early game, which is something quite nice. This ridiculous cheapness does come at a cost though, and you may have noticed that already. The layers aren't exactly the same, so sometimes you'll have layers going this way, and then the next layer will be going the other way. But apart from that, there aren't any downsides to this. Anyways, that's enough talking, let's look at this elevator in action. So, how you operate it is pretty simple. You stand on this block, make sure you're not on the slab, or else you'll get stuck at the top. You press the button, and you go up. As you can see, once you reach the top, the floor is going to retract, allowing us to stay. If you ever want to go down, you don't have to build anything else, you can just press this button, and it would allow the player to go down. This does not suffocate you in survival mode, I've tested it multiple times. Before I begin the tutorial, there are two things that I would like to say. The first one is that this whole idea of hiding the redstone came from Crafty Masterman, who made an elevator that worked in the exact same way, it's just that it was considerably more expensive, and I saw that it could be improved here and there, so I made the necessary changes. The second thing that I would like to mention, and the more important one, is that this elevator will not work in multiplayer servers. So this elevator is only going to work in single-player worlds, or if you are the host. And the reason because this happens is because of lag. There really isn't anything that you can do about it, apart from using an elevator that uses a minecart. Now, if you're building a very short elevator, such as this one, it will work, but anything taller than this, and you are going into risky territory. So, if you want a very, very small elevator, this will do the trick, but for larger things, I would recommend using one that has a minecart in it. Anyways, that is all I have to say about the design. Let's begin the tutorial. How this tutorial is going to work is that I'm going to show you guys how to build the bottom and how to add a layer in the middle. So these actually attach in a very, very easy way. You have the bottom layer, which is everything below this. Then you have the top layer, which is everything above this, including this layer. And then for each middle section that you want to add, so for every 3 blocks in height, you're going to build this. It is extremely simple and extremely cheap. And really, relative to other elevators, expanding this thing is very, very cheap. So to build the smallest possible, which is just the base and the top, you are going to be needing 6 redstone dust, 8 redstone torches, 3 redstone repeaters, 2 buttons, 4 pistons, 3 sticky pistons, 2 glass, 1 slab, 40 building blocks, and 2 buckets of water. Then for each extra layer that you want to add, you are going to need an additional 4 redstone dust, 1 piece of glass, 1 repeater, 1 sticky piston, 1 normal piston, and 10 building blocks. I'm going to be using white wool for the bottom and for the top, and for the middle I'm going to use light gray wool. Let's say you want your input to be right here, so that is the block that is going to have a button. Begin by mining out a 3x3 square, then mine out a block right here. You're going to grab a redstone torch, place it there, place blocks like this, and a block right there. Place a slab, a water bucket, and another water bucket. You're then going to go to the backside and place a redstone torch right here, which should turn off instantly. Place a solid block here, another one here, a sticky piston, and then a piston facing upwards. Go ahead and place redstone dust here and here, a block here, and some more redstone dust. Place a solid block and a repeater set to 3 ticks. That is the entire bottom section done. Now all that is left to add is a couple of middle layers so that our elevator has some height to it. What I recommend that you guys do, and what I'm going to do, is that you place in the pistons first, then you do the redstone, because you don't really want to mess up the redstone, and placing in the pistons first is going to give you a nice reference point. So these pistons are going to be placed exactly 2 blocks apart every single time. So place pistons about as far up as you want your elevator to go. What we're going to do is that we're going to have a bottom layer, 2 middle layers, which are going to be this layer and this layer. Then we're going to have a top layer, which will consist of these pistons right here. Anyways, now all that's left to do is the redstone. So place redstone dust here, a block, a piece of glass, and a repeater set to 3 ticks of delay. Place redstone dust there, a temporary block, a block, and another block right here. Remove this and place some redstone dust right here. So this repeater is going to power this sticky piston, which will extend, and then this redstone dust is going to power this block, which will cause this piston to extend. Then, over here, you're going to place another piece of redstone dust, a block, some more glass, redstone dust, and some more redstone dust. Repeater set to 3 ticks of delay, a block, and then a block here. Replace this block with redstone dust, and place a solid block right here. Now, that is it for the middle layers. With the middle layers now complete, I would recommend testing out the elevator. To do that, you're going to place a redstone torch here, a solid block, and that is going to keep this piston extended, which will act as an immovable block. Stand at the bottom, press the button, and you should go up. As you can see, we made it up to here, which is the last completed layer. You can go ahead and also test it visually to make sure it is working. Anyways, now that you've checked that it's working, we're going to begin with the redstone. Begin by placing a sticky piston there with a solid block, or really just any block right there. Then you're going to place a redstone torch right here, a block here, another redstone torch, a block, and a normal piston right here with the redstone torch on top of it. Then over here, what I suggest you do first is that you build up. Build up. So do this, and this right here is where your floor is going to be. So level with this sticky piston at the back is going to be your floor. And here is where the button is going to be. This is going to close up later. Over here on the back side, you're going to place a redstone torch and a piston facing downwards right here. Place another redstone torch, a solid block right there, and a repeater set to 3 ticks of delay. Place a solid block, a redstone torch, a piece of glass, or really just any transparent block, and a redstone repeater set to 2 ticks of delay. Place 2 pieces of redstone dust, and then a solid block right here. You can go ahead and fill this up. Go ahead and test the button, and as you can see, it doesn't work yet because we need to place glass and some redstone dust right here. Now you can see that this piston briefly retracts its block, and we can now go down. You can also place this button right here. It doesn't really matter, but personally I think it looks better on the wall, but that is really just personal preference. With that in place, the redstone is now done. So you need to add the extra blocks in order to hide all the redstone. They aren't really necessary, but it does look a lot nicer when you have them in. So you can press the button, go to the top, and as you can see, the elevator works flawlessly. So there you have it, the tutorial on my super simple and cheap 10 block per second elevator designed for Minecraft Bedrock Edition. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions regarding the build, or really just the redstone in general, feel free to ask me down in the comment section. Anyways, that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye!